Hello everyone and welcome back to our little Chia experiment and on our witness channel. Today we will talk a little bit about the Chia forks, but first let's have a look at the status. So we have added another 2 exabyte to the net space, and the difficulty has risen to 2000 today. And the number of nodes connected to the peak height today is 488,000, so we are approaching the 500,000, which is good news for the developers. But the 2 exabyte of added net space over the last week is obviously bad news for all the small farmers, and the difficulty rising as well, which brings us to the last point of the review, which is the price of the Chia coin, which is around the 270. You see we have a spread of $50 within the last 24 hours, and we have a very low volume of $24 million traded within the last 24 hours. And that is obviously supposed to be even lesser over the next time if we stay in this sideways channel because of the lower price for Chia. So if we had 30 between round about the 30 million volume when the Chia coin was up to 480, so we are looking at numbers below 20 million now that the Chia coin has momentarily bottomed out at round about the 250 to 300 mark, which might make it even less attractive than it used to be anyway. We have not heard anything about the farming, the pooling over the last 6 days. No news there. But we have had a few forks, and you see I have just taken the ones which I can honestly say don't pose an additional threat over the sharing of the key, but the rose coin is in all the Reddit and all the Reddits and the discussions there. uh, yeah, pointed out as being a bit suspicious. So what you can do and what we tried and it worked is mine chain green, flex coin, spare coin, and Chia coin all parallel, but be cautious. Store your Chias in an separate wallet because you have to share your private keys with any of them. So make sure that there's no access to your actual coins, which in our case isn't a thing because we haven't won anything with our 200 plots at the moment. So apart from having won a few flags and spare coins, we just have set up the chain green, so there is nothing in the wallet up to now. But we have set up a separate wallet for the new coins to be mined into That's why I can't show you this at the moment, because that runs on a different machine. And you should also be careful. Maybe it is a good idea to run the uh, mining on a virtual machine and store an extra wallet there as well, so that there's no physical access between your wallet where you store your Chia coins and your wallet where you store all the other coins. Having said this, we would like to go into the latest news. So there is a nice opinion piece on the Pool Chia site, which you might remember was the one which was engulfed in this copyright thing. And there's an opinion piece by the Humble Farmer, and he has pointed out that the valuation of the Chia by the vice by the venture capital fund says that the Chia is worth $24. How does he come to that conclusion? Yeah, he divides the $500 million valuation through the amount of available coins, and that leads him to say that it's worth roughly $24 a coin. And that is exactly what I thought would be the market value of the coin as well. So obviously Chia is having a lot of goodwill as it trades with $270 at the moment. And he argues that this goodwill is founded. And yeah, that is his opinion. But I think it is a valid point, and you might want to read it. As I said, it is on the Chia Pool site, or Chia. It's now Chia. It's called, and it used to be called Chia Pool, I guess. It's poolchia.com. Okay. So there's a lot of discussion going on about the Chia coin price, obviously, as it was very close to $200 before it recovered slightly above the 300 and now has fallen back to 270 again. As I said, 250 today. I think we will see a lot of spread over the next few days, and I don't think the Bitcoin price has bottomed out yet, so it might even go a little bit more south. But yeah, we will see. I am not in the possession of the glass bowl, but as you can see, there are a lot of discussions going on about the price of Chia. And obviously there are the predictions from people who don't invest their own money but want you to invest your money and watch their websites and whatever. So obviously there are predictions in the market that Chia will go to 4, 5, 6, 7,000, but I don't see them coming. We have not heard anything about the IPO recently as well. So the only thing we know is that Mr. Hoffman stated that Chia still eyes the IPO, which in the current climate will, in my opinion, be a challenge. So that comes to the next point of our review, which is how the forks came to pass. So there are obviously questions how many forks will be done before the official pooling protocol is done, and some people have even given up the hope of Chia pooling protocol ever being released. But I think before you start using the forks, you should have a look into the Chia forum, and there is a good point under the general discussion. So Chia forks warning, and that will give you an overview about the risks and the different viewpoints of different people on the risks. You have to make your own mind up if it's worth the risk, if you want to mine different forks. But there is one thing, if you decide, as we did just for trying it out, there is one other forum which I would very, very warmly emphasize on, which is the Overclockers UK forum. And it is forums distributed computing, cryptocurrency and mining on the Overclocker side, and it has already, I think it is about 150 pages long. Let me see. Oh no, it's 100. Let me see if it's the last. Yeah, it's 142 pages long, and it is worth every read. It is very, very interesting. There are people who are very, very serious about plotting Chia, and they have found some very good ways to plot in parallel, and they have overcome mostly all the obstacles, and they are pretty open about what they do and how they do it. And as far as I can see, it's not the usual stuff of somebody claiming he has won a Chia or so with his 99 plots. So those are pretty serious people, and you can follow most of the things they say. I haven't come across anything so far which was absolute nonsense. To the contrary, we set up our rig as exactly as they have done it in the description, and it worked from the onset, no problems at all. What I want to highlight as well is you might see your electricity invoice coming through the door over the next few days if you have been plotting for the last 8 weeks. So ours has more than tripled, but that is of course because we use a lot of server equipment. So that is exactly why we did stop the plotting, because of with our little plots, with our small number of plots, we don't expect to win anything over the foreseeable future, and just running the servers at full throttle just to keep up with the Jones and to double our plots from 200 to 400 is just not worth it at the moment with the Chia coin price so low. Even if we would win, we would not even break even with the electricity costs. So have a look at how much CPU and power you are investing at the moment, apart from the hard disk, with the coin price that low. If you only win every 3 months, then you are running out of SSDs, or even worse if you use more expensive ones. And also the electricity bill is adding to the overall expenses. Nothing new from the hard disk front apart a slight decrease in prices, but not as much as we are hoping for. So we will wait. As I said, we are not doing anything at the moment. We are just waiting for the things to calm down, for Chia and the whole Bitcoin cryptocurrencies to bottom out. We will buy a little bit over the next weeks. So we have some coins where we think we will know, where we are sure we will buy over the next few weeks. So stock up on the low prices, as we think it will bottom out over the next 10 to 14 days, maybe a bit longer, and it will obviously be in a sideward move for the next few weeks, I guess, so long the stock market isn't going in another direction. But what also very interesting is, in my opinion, to have to follow the Wall Street Silver. I think they're doing a very good thing at the moment, and with the perf mining in real trouble now. They have had a problem with their unallocated gold and silver reserves, and just there's some movement from perf mining to Goldman Sachs and from there to JP Morgan, so that all looks very interesting. And so we will also invest a little bit in silver, but that is what we do and not what you should do. That is just what we are doing. What is our conclusion of the movement in the crypto market space at the moment? So, and if you are still plotting at the moment, we have discussed it and we have changed our plots anyway. As I told you, we are not plotting K32 plots anymore. And if we restart plotting, as I said, we have increased our RAM in our servers, and if we restart plotting, we will start with K34, as it is a more economic way of plotting, and plotting time is not that essential anymore, as we are looking on a more, how can I say it, in a more stable development in the network space. That means we have seen a 2 exabyte increase per week over the last 2 weeks, and I don't think that will change very much, as the increase of plot time, the decrease of plot time, which means the increase of plots on the running machines, is overcompensated by the farms which are taken offline. So not much there. I think it's all within the expected parameters. Basically, it is all settling down, and we will have to see where the price for the Chia actually ends up by the end of August, and how far they can move on with their IPO, and then we will see how things work out. I don't think it will be possible for them to keep. I mean, we have seen some erratic movements when the price was down to 220. I watched buy of Chia in the to the tune of $5 million. So the volume jumped up by $5 million from 1 second. So somebody spent $5 million on Chia coins, which brought the price of the Chia back from 220, where it was at the moment of when the 500 when the 5 million hit the market, and then about half an hour later it was back up to 330 and then moved back to 250. So I will see. I don't think it will be possible to keep the price up that high. It will, in my opinion, decline, and we will see something much lower than 270 in 2 weeks' time, I guess. So be cautious, but that is, as I said, my opinion. Reality might prove me very, very wrong, but we will see how it works out, and then once things have bottomed out and we can have a good view, a better view on how things might develop, then it might be worth replotting. But at the moment, I think it would be, for us, it would just be a waste of time, energy, and money. I hope this is, I think that is enough. There's nothing more. No, that was about it. There is nothing. You can see gold and silver is still, I mean, it's up, but it isn't strong, and the rise in the stock market is still there, especially with the new 600 billion program in America. But anyway, if you know anything about economics, then you know what the printing of money has what the outcome of printing of money in an industrial scale is, and you can see here. I mean, the writing is on the wall when you look at the commodities, and if the worst one is 0.19 in decline, then you know that commodities are on the rise. Overall, so that is basically it for today. We will see where we are next Friday. I will leave it up to them. We are not planning to do anything on the Chia front for the next 7 days, just to wait and see. Apart from if something really severe happens, like pooling coming out or something completely unexpected. Okay, have a nice day, enjoy, and all the best, and please like and subscribe. We would very much appreciate it. Have a good day.